Everyone knows that in Big Brother, there are some very interesting characters that come on the show. They range from athletic and sportsy characters to characters that are a little more on the geeky side. They also range from very young characters to a little bit elderly characters. Today, I am going to be going over my opinion on the hottest guys that have ever been on Big Brother. Before we get into the video, I will say that this is based off of my opinion only. I have not been watching since season 1. I only started a couple years ago, so most of the people that I'm going to be featuring in this are characters that I have been able to watch and kind of build a connection with, if you know what I mean. Before I go on as well, please hit the subscribe button. It is free and YouTube will not ask you for a single penny to do it. Without further ado, let's get into the video and go with the top 10 spot. I also want to say that looks are not everything. This video was strictly made for fun and just to show, my thoughts on who was the most attractive. That does not mean who was the best player or the best person in the game. Coming in at number 10 on the list is Shane Meany. Now, this is a couple seasons back, a season that I didn't get the chance to watch, but the way that he looked and the vibe that I got from him made me think that probably the teenage little girls would be the ones that would go after him, and that's why I wanted to include him on the list. Number 9 is Corey Brooks, and Corey was featured in the show dating Nicole through a showmance, and I feel like why a lot of people would like him in terms of his physical appearance is he right away is very tall, and he was a baseball player, I do believe, so that adds on to the physical part of his being. Number 8 on the list is Jeff Schroeder, and I am meaning to watch all the seasons of Big Brother. I'm probably going to start watching every season starting from season 1 very soon. I had started and got through season 1, but this is another character that I didn't really get to make a good connection with, but basing it off of physical appearance like this video is, I decided to put him on the list because, well, you can see for yourself. Coming in at number 7 is one of the Big Brother twists of the sibling twist that happened, Paulie Calafiore, or Paulie Calafiore. I don't exactly know how they pronounce it, but you get the point. Although Paulie got himself in a lot of trouble in his season of Big Brother, for the title of this video, obviously we are going off of physical appearance. He is very athletic and is shown picking up weights and lifting weights throughout the show, and that definitely added to his appearance. He does have a very cute face. I hate to sound very, very weird. This video is very awkward to make, but he does have a very, very nice body, and I feel like a lot of girls would be attracted to him off the show. Coming in at number 6 is, yes, one of the worst players probably, in my opinion at least, but very attractive at the same time, is Devin Shepard. He was eliminated pretty early in his season because of his big mouth and because he couldn't calm down with the big game that he was playing, but like I said, he is one of the most muscular people I have probably seen on the show yet. He has shown many, many times lifting weights in the backyard and showing that that is his way to calm himself down. Like I said, he was eliminated very early on because of his gameplay, but in terms of his physical appearance, he is very, very, very attractive, and I feel like a lot of people would agree with me on that point. Number 5 on the list is another person who was voted out very early. His name is Winston Hines, and he was actually on the most recent season of Big Brother. He didn't necessarily play a really bad game, but at the same time, he was a little crazy around the house. But my first impression of him was very, 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 very cute. He's probably one of my favorite people in terms of physical appearance, probably most that I would say is my type on the show, but unfortunately, we didn't get to make that big of a connection as he was the third person I do believe that was voted off this season. Coming in at number 4 is Matthew Klein, and I don't know, there's just something about Salt and Pepper that kind of just, it grabs my eye. He was definitely a very interesting character, to say the least, as he was shown dating Raven in the show and showing a couple different scenes where he was talking about his obsession with cereal and other things like that. But like I said, Salt and Pepper is definitely a more interesting type when it comes to physical appearance. Not a lot of people can pull it off in a very good way. He also has a very muscular body as well. He isn't shown as much as other people lifting weights, but he is shown around the house doing a couple physical activities. Coming in and taking the number 3 spot is probably one of my favorite characters to ever go on the show mentally and physically. His name is Caleb Reynolds, and let me explain why. We all know and love the beast mode cowboy that went on the show, but beyond that, he was very attractive, very funny, and seemed very loyal to his alliance to the end. He made it all the way to the top 3 spot, I do believe, or 4, around there, and played a very, very, very good social game. But in terms of physical appearance, I think that this shows everything, and I don't really have to explain myself on that. He is probably one of the most attractive people on almost any reality show I've ever seen, but I will leave it at that and stop obsessing over this person. Coming in at number 2, and shocker, Cody Calafiore, or Calafiore again, the other brother that is obviously brothers with Polly. I had to add this one because online, almost every single thing that I see, girls are freaking out over Cody and saying that he is actually the most attractive person on the show that has ever went on. I definitely do agree with them in terms of how attractive he is. He is very, very, very physically attractive, and I bet that there would be girls all over him in crowds off the show. He is very muscular and is a model nowadays and was a soccer player before going on the show. Now, before we get to the number 1 spot, I do want to add some honorable mentions into the video. And the first one is Cody Nixon. Now, I guess I am cheating a little bit on this one. He isn't someone that I would probably find physically attractive. He is very muscular and has an athletic body, but I am putting him in the honorable mentions more because of how cute he is in his relationship. And Jessica and Cody were by far one of my favorite people in the show that ever played the game, despite being voted out or being the first pair in that season to be voted out. They played a very good game, and that's all I have to say about him. Now, the second one is Mark Jansen, and he is just someone who is more cute instead of hot or sexy, as some people would call it. He was more of a, humble, laid-back guy in the show, although at a couple times there were times where he was a little rioty, although, kind of have to blame the other people in the house. But those are my honorable mentions for this video. And finally, the person who takes the number 1 spot is Clay Honeycutt. Now, I don't know if people will agree with me. I mean, maybe you do, maybe you don't, but I just find this person very attractive. I also am cheating a little bit by this because his personality was so bubbly and so funny on the show, and he seemed like someone that was enjoyable to be around, although he did have a couple times where it was questionable. We have to look through that, and especially for the title of this video, talk about who physically is the cutest or hottest, in my opinion, that went on the show. He is definitely my type and probably someone that in real life I would probably look after or fantasize about. That is it for this video. I didn't want to go too into detail and have people think of me as a creep or just a very desperate person, but if you enjoyed this video, this was just strictly for fun, as I am a big fan of Big Brother and hope that the seasons will get better in the future. I just wanted to do this video because I hadn't seen it online yet, and I just wanted to give my opinion on the whole thing. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, and if you are a Big Brother fan or another reality show fan, or just a fan of movies or shows in general, and you have an idea for me to do in the future, please leave it in the comment section below so I can take it in consideration and work on the next video. Also, hit the subscribe button. It is totally free and YouTube will not ask you for a single penny. But that is it for now, and I will see you all for the next video. Stay awesome, every single one of you, and I will see you all for the next video, whatever that may be. Bye, guys.